It's me, Mick Me back once again with another indie game. And today we got a special treat. We got ourselves another new medieval city builder called City Tales Medieval Era. Shout out to the developers for sending us a key a little bit early ahead of their expected launch. So we're going to take a look at this early version of the game. It's coming out in February 2025. We'll see what it looks like, try to give some feedback for the devs if we can, and hopefully have a little bit of fun. Looking at the available information around this game, it looks very charming and pretty. It reminds me very much so of Foundation. We'll see how this one differs from that game and how it stands apart. But let's just dive in and start a new game. Okay, and we're in. And it looks like we got a helpful advisor to get us started. Welcome, my liege. I sincerely hope your travels were pleasant and safe. As you can see, the land remains a little barren, but I'm confident it will soon host a magnificent city under your guidance. Your companions and I have built a modest village hall. I hope it shall meet your approval. People from far and wide are gathering to join our humble settlement. May I suggest we build some decent housing to welcome them? To begin, we must gather wood. Okay, we got to build our first shelter. Amazing. Let's take a look around here. Oop, we got a little bit of load in there, but we're good to go now. We have. Are we paused? Are we moving? I can't tell. Looks like there's no push pause. I don't see any option to kind of slow down time. Oh, here we go. We got a pause over here. Let's pause for a second and look around a little bit. So we got some charming graphics here. They're kind of kind of like paint stroke kind of feeling look to it, right? We do have some deer over here. Very nice. We have some nice little labeling. Trees. Great. Up the top here, we do have some production options here, trade, health, education. We've got some resources like wood and foliage. Okay. We have linens, right? So that looks like, is that cotton? I'm not sure. Fibers. Okay, amazing. We have skin. Oh, that's a bit ominous, but we've got skins and ropes and things like that we can make from skins. We got clay and different rocks and things like that as well. Looks like sand. Yeah, stone over here. We got iron and iron tools. We're going to have fruits and veggies, fish, all sorts of, I'm guessing, creatable items and tradable items that we'll be able to get here as well. And then looks like we get some porridge. Nothing better than some nice warm porridge in the morning. Fish, meat. Okay, so it's going to show us all of our foods and everything that we have over here. We have a population meter here, or population 0. Got some gold to get us started. Down below here, we have photo mode, which is always nice in these pretty games. And we've got some options to start building some crops down here, but most of them are grayed out for the moment. All right, so we want to build our first shelter. So how do we do that? Let's take a look here. We've got our little encampment here, nice quaint fence. Does look like we have some workers over here, but they're not in our population yet. I'm not sure if they're kind of outside of population because they are already have jobs, perhaps. But they all have individual names: Judith, Isabel, Rowena. Who are you? Albric. Good solid medieval name. Oh, we missed one. Misha. Great. Down here we have our castle. If we click on that, we have an option to upgrade. And then we've got options to look at resources, things like that. Looks like we're going to have stuff we can build over here at a later date. So it looks like the UI could use a little bit of help here just because it's catching in there. But realize this is an early build of the game, so I'm sure a few of these things will likely be already fixed by the time it launches later on, depending on when you are watching this video. All right, let's get out of there. Can I get out of there? Escape. Excellent. We've got a crop over here that allows us to create a wood cutter's cabin. I don't see anywhere where it allows me to build my first shelter, however. We can get a woodcutter's cabin, though, it looks like. Oh, that's quite large. That's bigger than I anticipated. Okay, so it looks like it's going to give us a readout of how close we are to wood, and we've got kind of a region where it is going to supply. So it looks like we get around 170, 175 over here. So let's just plop that down there. Gets its own nice little fence around it, and it's going to start building. We are paused right now, so why don't we take a look at the building mechanics here. Is anybody going to go out and build that? Yeah, looks like somebody's running over there right now to go and get that. Sliding across the ground real quickly. He is moving. He just motored across there. Wow. All right, so we got some animations to get that building up, and that is going off, and they're going back for more materials, I presume. So we have city, civil, processing, and agriculture. So I'm assuming once we get this built, we'll get a nice little pop-up, which is exactly what we did. Perfect. Now, my liege, those trees won't fell themselves, but I'm sure one of your companions will rise to the challenge. Any of them would be up to the task, but the decision rests with you, my liege. Okay, so as is expected, we'll be able to get to add folks over here, but some tutorialization here. We can choose who we want. I don't know if there's any specific statistics for these folks. It doesn't look like it. Just kind of labels out what they're doing right now, their name, and what is this here? We have production cycle, awards. Okay, I'm not sure. We'll just get Misha. Do enjoy the character art. Looks really nice as well. Nice and crisp, hand-drawn looking art. You believe you're Kappa? Yippee! Thanks much for trusting me. I promise I won't let you down. Disrespectful as always. All right, so Misha's going in there, and lots of unique character art. So that's a surprise. Usually these types of games you get pretty generic art, but looks like there's going to be a variety of character portraits. So that's nice. So we've got Misha in here already. So they're going to start working on that. Looks like we can move this if we need to later on. We can also pause, work over here, and it's going to get us 2 wood and 2 foliage every time this goes around. Great. It looks like, can we assign more people to this? Or, nope, it's just one or the other. Okay, we'll go back. So there's only one per for that. So next, it's still asking us to build a shelter. So it looks like the advisor's back here. So very well. Now we can build these houses. Perhaps a district of 4 or 5 would be enough for starters. Okay. So we're going to build a district. Got it. So this is reminding me a little bit of Manor Lords, I think, has a style of building like this where you kind of designate an area that will determine how much it's going to cost, and then they're going to start building in there. So yeah, kind of similar style to that for the housing buildings. It's completely gridless, which is nice, so you can kind of just build wherever you want. Doesn't look like it has kind of the road building mechanics of, say, a foundation. I really enjoy that road where you just see folks just creating their own paths back and forth, but I'm sure we'll be able to build some roads and things like that in a short while. Oh, we got some piggies over here. Some very large boars, okay. Well done, my liege. More settlers have arrived. It's a monumental step forward, and there will be many more. See, they've offered us coins for the land. Sweet. Let's be humble and use their contributions wisely to develop our economy a little bit further. Let's invest in a lumber mill and produce sturdy planks from the wood we've gathered. Produce 10 planks and 10 foliage ropes. All right, so now we get into some production. So let's check this out. We got a lumber mill here. It's going to cost us 4 logs and some foliage and some gold coins, and it's going to produce logs from lumber. Makes sense. This lumber mill is but the first step towards the city of your dreams, my liege. It'll allow us to produce sturdy planks from the wood our woodcutters gather. We need wood, foliage, and money for the construction, but right now we have enough resources and coins to proceed. The lumber mill doesn't rely on nearby buildings or natural resources, so you may place it in any district of your choosing. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is a little bit different. So the housing creates a district, and then you can attach buildings to the district. So I'm assuming like again in Manor Lords as an example where you have households who manage certain things, it's going to work and behave a little bit similar to that. So we can apply a lumber mill here to these households. Beautiful work, my liege. You're ordered to build a lumber mill in the district. Our villagers shall decide the exact location within the area. If there are empty parcels in the districts you've selected, our builders will ensure more houses are built to attract even more settlers. You've taken care of the basics, my liege. Now I shall establish my office and village hall and start working on finding new ways to assist you. Should you need anything, you'll find me there. Okay, great. So that's going to take up a certain amount of space within the district we've created. And then any other space is going to be a new shelter, a new house will be created over here. So the lumber mill is going to take up this space, and because there's some space left over, they're going to automatically build a new house. Interesting. So that's a little bit different. What else do we have going on here? We have some new buildings here. We've got a gatherer's cabin, hunter's cabin, and a fisher's cabin. And then we have a well. And then we also have a weaving workshop. So since this... Oh, a moment, my liege. As you can see, my liege, you may order the construction of a building in a district, even if it's already full. However, we'll need to take down one of its more modest houses to make room. Naturally, this may provoke the ire of its residents. If that happens, I advise compensating their claim on the land to prevent any escalation. Interesting. Okay, so we could build it in this existing one. That's going to cost us a house and probably some gold to pay off people. All right, but we could also build an additional district at some point, presumably. Well, let's get gathering done here as well. We've got, do I need to be in any sort of, oh yeah, it's going to tell us how many berries and whatnot. We've got like 50 over here. It looks like we can build pretty much wherever we want. Even now, like way out here. I don't know if we want to go that far out. Well, here we get about 60. Can I rotate this at all? I can rotate the screen. Can I rotate the... Doesn't look like it. So we'll just plop it down over here. Oh, this needs planks and rope, I just realized. I see that there. So we can't actually build that yet. Got it. Yeah, all of these require, except for the fisher's cabin, which we could possibly put down here. No, no fish in the river. There are fish there. Oh, I see. It needs to be a little bit closer, but there's no fish on that side. There's fish on that side, but I don't know if they can get across that water. All right. We do need a workforce, so that didn't automatically assign these guys to it. So we still need to assign workforce here. Oops. Oh, plus button, yeah. So we can assign Judith over there. She's going to work in the lumber mill. Good stuff. That's going now. That's going to get us planks going. And then we can look at civil here, a well that we need more materials for. We can get a weaving workshop done though, so but that would require us to go in there. So can I build additional districts at this point? Doesn't look like it. So I think the game, at least for the tutorial component of this, is going to require us to build the workshop inside this district to teach us about that. So we'll just go ahead and do that so we can get this going. It's going to cost us a house. It costs us a little bit of extra gold to do that. We basically paid those people to move out, but that will build a weaving workshop in this part of the district. Okay. And oh, actually I was wrong. There are little paths being sewn across here. They just weren't as visible initially. So there are paths slowly being created in these routes here the folks are walking through. So that's a nice touch. Okay, so that's being built right now. I don't think there's much else we can do, so let's speed up time a bit until that's finished. Oh, already is. Never mind. So we can go ahead and we can add a worker over here. Certainly. Albrick, you're up, man. So you start making those items. And now we're waiting for that to be created. So under wood here, we now have 12 planks. So does that allow us to do anything yet? No, we need rope for all of these items still. I'm a little concerned we don't have any like food production going, but that's okay. We're gonna speed up time a little bit, and I'll come back when we hit these targets over here and see the next tutorial.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're back. So we've hit the next tutorial step here, and our advisor has returned. Your leadership is inspiring, my liege. But let's not rest on our laurels just yet. There's still a lot to be done, my liege. You may develop our economy as you see fit, but be mindful of the happiness of our villagers. All right, we're going to upgrade 5 shelters by satisfying, let's try that again, occupants' requirements. Okay, so yeah, we can check over here. These guys are going to have requirements, so looks like they want to have some faith, because you got to have faith, don't you know? You got to have faith, faith, faith. And then they also want to have, oh, excuse me. All right. So that's a little bit jarring. The tutorial's just like dragging me out, but that's okay. Hey, hey, remember that cabin you had me work in? Well, I've made a few adjustments to it. You're going to like them. I see you're enthusiastic as ever, Misha. So what are these adjustments you speak of? I don't know. Small improvements? We're way past that. Good heavens, Misha, you look time to train an apprentice. Well, I thought it would save us time. He's a very motivated young lad, I must say. I barely had to teach him anything. Seems very smart indeed. My liege, this building is now autonomous. You can allow Misha to continue upgrading it, or should you wish, assign your invaluable skills to another task. Even though Misha is too honest to admit it, I'm certain they've learned a lot from their experience. Misha could further hone their skills in this field and become a specialist, or you may assign them to another task. The call is yours, my liege. Just happy to be by your side again, friend. Say the word and I'll do whatever it takes. Oh, whatever it takes, you say. Did you hear that, my liege? Misha claims he'd do anything for you. Oh, yeah? That could go pretty far, so you might want to be careful there, Misha. Well, maybe not anything, but as much as I can, that's for sure. All right. So just some feedback on the tutorial. Any tutorial that kind of drags me away from what I'm looking at or reading is a little bit annoying. It'd be good to just have a flag that pops up. It's like, hey, there's something new to learn. Click this button. So just some advice for the devs if they see this video. Might be helpful just to have like a little notification or pop up, and then I can go and at my time and see it. Otherwise, it's a little bit jarring for the user and the player as they go through. Any case, let's talk about what happened. So after a certain amount of time here, Misha, who is one of our more astute characters. So apparently there's going to be a differentiation between these characters and just a regular population. But after a certain amount of time of working in a single location, it's now become automated, or at least no longer requires his specific support. So we can continue to have them in here, at which point they'll become a specialist, or we can move that person off to something else, to a different task. And you can see there's more people here that are going out and claiming wood from the general population. So that's an interesting, unique component of the game I haven't seen before. So good to know. We'll come back to that. I think we'll just leave them in there for now, see what happens when a specialist comes in. In the meantime, we need to upgrade our shelters. So that's what we were looking at before the tutorial popped us up. So in this shelter here, we have some things that we need to do to upgrade. So it looks like we're going to need berries. We're going to need some venison, some gold to upgrade that. They also want to get faith, and they're also want to be in range of a trade center, so like a market of some sort, so they can go buy their foods and sell their goods and all that kind of stuff. So let us start working towards that. So I think, oh, I see, okay. Just as a note there, if you click there, you can start making another region there. So, but let's start working on building these food huts and whatnot. So we can build a berry, and I think when we looked at earlier over here was pretty good. There's like 70 something. Yeah, I don't want to get too far away, but let's put it in there. That's going to start building a gatherer's cabin. Good stuff. We could also look at getting a hunter's cabin. So we have a little bit funky with the the tooltip popping everywhere, but that's okay. We've got 3 of 5 there, 4 of 5 over here. We can get 7 of 5 over here, so I think that's where we're going to go. Yeah, let's get that going over there. We can do a fisher's cabin, but I don't think there's a good location for that at the moment, from what I could see earlier. I'm not sure if they can get across. Oh, wait, no, we can get it in over here, it looks like. So let's go ahead and do that. So that covers all of our food basics. So those will be building up. We can now assign somebody over here. So let's get Isabel will be our hunter for now. And has the berry pickers been built? It has. We can go in and we can assign Eek? Certainly. So he's out there gathering, and then hopefully our fisherman camp is done now as well. And we can get a fisherman going. So now we've used up all these guys. I don't know how to get more characters, or if this is just kind of the characters you have, and that's it. So you'll need to eventually move them around from location to location. But they're all gathering. These folks here have leveled up, so their production quantity has increased, and they're now basically automated. So they've trained an apprentice, so we can move them at any time. So if there's another building we need to move them to, we could. Good stuff. All right, so that means food will start ticking up slowly. Yeah, we're already seeing some meat coming in, and some fish, and some berries. Beautiful. Next up here, we can take a look at processing. I think we're good. We need to go in and get us a well. So that needs to go into a district. Oh, interesting as well. It's interesting as well that the well needs a district, so let's not do that yet. We should build another district. So why don't we start with a district kind of over here somewhere? Don't know how big or small these should be, but I'll just make it kind of similar size to the other one. So it's going to give you a sense of that right here. So it's going to say we have 7 spots in this particular district. Don't know if there is a sense of how many is better or worse. So we'll just do 7. Shelters are going to start building, but that will allow us to also build a well in one of the areas here. And I don't think there's anything else we need to build yet. We just need to get some of these shelters upgraded, but we need more shelters to begin with, because it's asking us to do 5. But here comes our advisor. My liege, now that we finished the well, I must bring your attention to a most pressing matter. While the water well is a simple structure, it's crucial to our town's development. Our residents need a source of water to thrive. Besides, we must cater to their needs to improve their living conditions. Other buildings may also depend on a water source to function properly. Please take a look at this. I've sketched a map to help you manage the needs of each district. All right. So it wants me to click. What do you want me to do? Yeah. Okay, so apparently that tutorial wanted me to click on the little moving hand that was going over there. I had no idea, so I was clicking all over the place. It froze the screen. I couldn't take any actions anywhere else. So I was just a little bit confused on that. Hopefully they'll make that input a little more obvious, that they want us to like click in a certain spot there, because it was very unusual. I hadn't seen an icon kind of work like that before. Anyways, our advisor's back once again. The white circle around the district represents its influence. Any districts within the circle benefit from the services provided by the selected one. The blue triangles show that water is available. Here you can see the total number of parcels within the district, along with how many are still available for construction. Here you can see the influences affecting the district. Of course, it benefits from the water provided by its own well. Here's a summary of all the upgrades available within the district, made possible by its buildings or the efforts of our companions. And finally, here's the number of residents in the district, as will help you keep track of the growth of our settlement. It's a lot to take in at once, but I'm confident you'll master it all in no time, my liege. I trust this knowledge will help you overcome the challenges that lie ahead. I shall leave you to it, my liege. There's still a lot to be done. Should you need help, you know where to find me. Yeah, got it. All right, so now that we have that, got it? Yeah, okay, we can, no, all right. So we've got these 2 districts now. This one's got quite a few homes in it. We still need to build some other things before we're going to be permitted to upgrade. So they need to have some faith, and they need to have some markets, because otherwise we've got everything fulfilled for these guys. So we can go down here now, and now we've got chapels and trading plazas. So yeah, this needs to go into a district as well. This one would get rid of a house. This one will also get rid of a house, but we've got quite a few houses in here, so we'll probably put it in here, or we can make another district as well. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. There doesn't seem to be like a crisis for food or anything like that. Everything is in green. These little arrows indicate that we are gaining and not losing. And I'm trying to see if we mouse over that. Production +2, gathers cabin +2. Doesn't look like there's like a drain on food at the moment. Anyways, let's drop this in here. That's going to build out. So we've got the trading plaza, then we can get a chapel in here as well. We already have 2 civil buildings in this district. Okay, so there's a limit on how many of a certain type of building to put in. So we will need another, oops. We will need another region over here. Okay, ooh, yeah. It's a little bit, the tooltip's a little bit, as soon as you get kind of close to the fence, it picks it up. So we'll just kind of go over here. We'll go kind of around like the road area. This is too close to another building. Okay. How does that work? Too close. Okay. Well, I think that's probably enough space. I guess it's 5. It's going to take 10 wood and 10 fiber. We'll get that going. But then we can put a chapel in here as well. So that is going to go live. And now we can see here we've got our first house that we can upgrade, indicated by this nice little upgrade arrow. So let's go click on there. So we've got everything we need. We've got trade. So it looks like it just needs at least one of those, not necessarily both. So we can go ahead and upgrade that one. So that's going to build into a new house. Good stuff. Looks like we've got some more, so we can go ahead and start upgrading these. I don't think we're in crisis mode for anything. Oh, gold, actually. We only have 5 gold. So we're going to have to wait for some gold to come in after this one gets upgraded. And this one needs more resources, feels like, than the other ones, if I'm not mistaken. But we can still upgrade it. All right, so now we got some nice new houses coming in. Looks like there's a decent amount of variety to the art as well, and the look of the houses, which is nice, so they don't all look the same, even when they're upgraded. There's a good level of variety. That's always good to see. And so now we can upgrade this one as well. Good stuff. We need to upgrade 2 more. Yeah, it looks like we can upgrade a couple of these ones. Money is flowing in now, and we've got a really nice population number. Very nice. And so we'll get this one going, and that will give us our 5 when those get completed. My liege, a few villagers have expressed their gratitude for the new houses we built for them. They're eager to see what's next. Speaking of which, my liege, I believe it's time we begin to dream bigger. Wooden houses have served us well, but we should soon look to build with stone. Therefore, my liege, I reckon it would be in our best interest to find a suitable site for a stone quarry and start digging. I've been informed that a hunting party has discovered a site nearby that would be perfect for a stone quarry. With a good source of quality stone, my liege, we could dare to dream and build bigger. I can't wait to see what we will accomplish, my liege. He says my liege very often. All right, so we upgrade 3 cottages, gather some stone. Amazing. So we've got some more stuff going on here. These cottages now are level 2. It does not tell me what I need to upgrade yet. That's okay. But we now have other things that are going to be open. So now we have stone quarries, we have wheat farms and cattle farms and linen farms. We're going to need to get stone in for those ones first, it looks like. We're going to have performance stages. Very nice. We're going to have rustic tavern and something that's not ready yet for the demo. So there's going to be some more buildings there. So it looks like this is going to continue to expand as we move through and build up our little village here. But I don't mind this so far. This is pleasant, pretty casual. Again, very similar to some of the other ones out there right now in terms of Foundation and Manor Lords, although I don't think there's any combat in this one. But the graphics are really charming. Everything seems to work as you would anticipate. It's got some unique mechanics with the specialized units that you can kind of train up and automate certain things over time, which is really nice. And it's got some unique mechanics with the kind of regions that you build out, these districts that you're creating with kind of a more of a, like a civilization style kind of district system. So I haven't seen that specifically before. So that's kind of new. So it does set itself apart a little bit from some of the other ones out there. So I would recommend checking this out if you like these kind of more casual city builders in the medieval space. This one will be out again in February. It is called City Tales Medieval Era, but we're going to end the episode right now for this one. There's apparently a couple hours of content within the demo. I'm not sure if this demo will be available to public when the game goes live, but they've told me there'll be a couple of hours available within content in here. So we could do a couple more episodes just to see and build out all the structures if you guys want. Let me know if you enjoyed this one, and we will continue on and see what the city looks like once we get everything built out. And what the heck is this guy doing? Oh, he just didn't have like any animation for a while there. It's pretty funny looking. Anyways, just from a distance. He seems to be okay now. He's good. He's good. All right. Well, thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Hey, it's me, making it back from that video you just watched. If you liked it, make sure to like, subscribe, and here's some more videos you might like. Thanks for watching.